Here we go. I forgot the ad. Look. Oh. Okay. There we go. Sorry, folks. I was really nauseous this morning, and I'm like, I don't feel like being alive. I feel like vomiting. Why am I murdering you, Infinity? Also, Brady, I do not know what you did to us, so I think you're fine. I think you're okay. I don't want to enter exit placement mode. I just want to play the game. I don't want to do anything complicated. I just want to power wash. Excuse me. I just want to wash. This is Trilobite Lodge. Apologies how filthy it is. I just got back from a dig in Alaska to find the house looking like this. My other half, Karen. They're lesbians! Apparently vanished into thin air. It wouldn't be the first time whenever she gets a whiff of anything interesting that's her gone for months. I mean, fair. I was just cycling 30 kilometers during that time something happened. What did you do? Hi, Vald. Hi, Rosie. What the fuck happened to your fucking house? What? Yo! I have a lift! Holy shit. That's cool. House is fucking weird shaped. What the shit is happening over there? Is that from what I did last game? More ovaries! You will have all of the ovaries, Rosie. All of the ovaries are just for you. Is this better? Yeah, I think it's better for now. At like 10 kilometers, a car passed me and accidentally set up hell flying right into my balls! Oh no! I'm so sorry, but that's also really funny. And this is why we wear cod pieces. Because balls are really, really fragile pieces of kit. And despite being fragile, they're real fucking important to a lot of people. So, oh, sweet Jesus, that's so unfortunate. I'm so happy to not have balls. Like, I can't imagine if somebody was able to, like, actively smack into my fucking— this game is too loud! If somebody was able to smack into my fucking ovaries, I think that I would actually commit a crime. Like, if somebody was able to just bitch slap my ovaries, because, like, I have it happen where it, like, I, like, sometimes something smacks into my titty and, like, that fucking hurts, but, like, I can't— like, balls hurt more than getting smacked in the titty, I'll give you that. I cannot breathe. Oh. If it lasts, like, for a while, you might want to get that checked out. You might want to go get your balls looked at, bro. Make sure that you can still have children. Mostly make sure they're still intact. I mean, you can be functional with one ball. If it only hit one of the balls, then you're fine. That's why you have two. You have an extra one, just in case it gets all fucked up. Same reason why I think we have two ovaries. Well, I don't know if it's the reason why we have two ovaries, but I feel like it's a benefit. Because if you have multiple ovaries and one gets fucked up, then it's fine, because the other one works out. Rosie gets more ovaries, and Rosie's had their balls stolen. Hey, but you're free of the microplastics. No more microplastics for you, for now. Microplastics are stored in the balls. And then Rosie's stealing skin. God. I'm so happy to see that everybody likes the organ thing. I think that was partially Pickle's idea. Pickle helped with the Oregon, like the state. Yeah, there we go. Oregon stolen from. Only 49 states left now. Yeah, that was Pickle. That is entirely Pickle. He's a special little creature. Damn, Belle lost their balls twice. Jesus Christ. I'm just watching this like a fucking commentator. Just like, oh, and Rosie's taking the skin. Holy shit. Imagine having your balls stolen 2 separate times. The implication there is that you got your balls back at some point. That is the implication, you'd think. And then Rosie stole her own balls! Damn. Y'all really just taking states. And my favorite thing is that whenever that state thing comes up, I'm immediately reminded of how, the Alberta being the 51st state things were kicking around, and then I get mildly irritated because I do not want to be a part of the United States. Like, I'm sure that some of y'all are nice, but I'm really happy being a part of Canada, personally. I've signed many a petition stating that I do not want to separate from Canada as a country, because that would just be a giant fucking mess, and I don't want to do that. Gotta get help, swimming check, and well, it's blue, the Swedish fucking flag. Yeah, maybe go see a doctor. That doesn't sound right. Blue balls are not supposed to be literal infinity. You should probably go see a doctor. At least I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be literal. I think. I'm trying to think about if you could actually get, like, literal, actual blue balls from being blue balled. I will find you and I will make you eat 150 Popeyes biscuits, no beverage. Jesus Christ. The worst part is that I actually kind of like the Popeyes biscuits. They are dry as fuck, but I do kind of like them. Why do they make them, like, so dry and so... Like, I don't want to call them dusty, but, like, it's the texture they have that's just, like... It just sucks all the liquid out of your mouth, and all the liquid in your mouth is just instantly gone. But, like, good fucking biscuits, folks. My Nana makes such good biscuits. I should actually steal her recipe because I really like when she'll make biscuits. They're so tasty. Biscuits. Damn it, now I want biscuits or bread or something. Now I want carbohydrates. That is unfortunately where I'm at. I'll find you maybe 4 cans of surströmming. Jesus. What the fuck is surströmming again? I've heard about it, and I've heard about it in a very negative context exclusively. What the fuck is surströmming? The only biscuits I'll eat are Church's biscuits. The only biscuits I will ever eat are the body of Christ. You gotta try, like, some good fucking fresh biscuits fresh out of the oven with butter on it that's just, like, just slightly starting to melt. Man, that shit, there's nothing better. Very few things are better than that. Sex is great. Do you ever have a biscuit? It is fermented fish. Ah, yes, I knew it was a ferment. I just didn't know what was fermented. It was a ferment. Excuse me. Humans have really just been casually spoiling food and deciding that we're just gonna still fucking eat it, huh? We've been doing that for a really long time. First, you watched One Piece in the very beginning. Okay, that one's bad. That one's bad. There's so- how One Piece is amazing because how the fuck do you keep a story going for that long? I think it's kind of impressive that you managed to not get bored with it as a writer. But I suppose it must make good money. So maybe if you just keep making more, then you keep making money. Maybe that's why they're able to make like 1,000 goddamn episodes. I think that might be the longest show, like, ever. One Piece has to be the longest show, right? Is there any show that's longer than One Piece? Because Jesus fucking Christ. Jeebus. I remember watching, like, one of my friends had watched it from the beginning, and he was like, oh, let's watch this recent episode of One Piece together. And I had no fucking idea what was going on. There was a small child tied to a boat, and then there was, like, a really, really big dude who had tied the small child, who was not a child, I don't think, but had tied the child to the boat. And I really don't remember why the child was tied to a boat. I just remember that they were. Because I couldn't really keep track of what was going on because I had no fucking context. I was caught up with the manga, so I'm just watching on 5 times speed in a second monitor. Jesus Christ. This is what ADHD is, folks. Deciding to be like, well, I'll just speed through the entirety of fucking One Piece. I'll just speed through it. Oh, it's like the 7th most long. 7? There's 6 more that have more than 1,000 episodes? What the fuck? How does anybody make anything for that long? I'd get bored. I would get so fucking bored. That's honest to God. I get very bored with most things. That's my Achilles heel, is that I get super bored with shit really quick. Like, case in point, I do really like the Yakuza games, but after playing, like, all of 3 and then part of 4, I'm like, bro, I need a fucking break from this goddamn game. I've been doing it for months. I'm so tired, bro. One of the big 3 of anime is Bleach and Dragon Ball. Bleach and Dragon Ball are longer? I thought I watched all of Bleach. I thought there were like 3 seasons of Bleach. I don't remember much of Bleach, but I remember watching what I thought was the whole thing. At least it was available on Netflix. One anime has been going since the 60s, over 2,500 episodes. Sweet Jesus. I'm not sure who's more concerning, the people that watch all 2,500 episodes or the people that have made 2,500 episodes of a fucking anime. How do you stick with something that long? Money. It's funny because the answer at the end of the day, I know that the answer is money. Also, these are really nice windows. I would have windows like this in a house. Also, the water splooshing down the windows is so peaceful. There's 1,000-year blood war that's going on right now for Bleach. What? I thought Bleach was done in like the fucking 2010s. Like at latest. Good to know. Good to know. God, my brain is made of soup. I am here to power wash. I am here to simply wash. Okay, so that's all clean. Let me make sure that I just clean up a little bit up here. I wonder how much the art style for the anime going from the 60s has changed. Because, like, over time, the art style for stuff like that is bound to change at least a little bit, right? One Piece is actually pretty impressive in the sense that it looks pretty much the same from when it started, from what I've looked at. Also, mangas that are longer than One Piece. Hajime no Ippo. Okay, I've never heard of that one. I feel like it makes sense for weird niche shit to be the shit that's been going on for fucking ever. Makes sense why there would be weird niche stuff. Any betrayal you can see is trivial, but is truly frightening and much more lethal is the betrayal you cannot see. Goes hard. I'm assuming it's a quote. Goes hard. People, I don't get people who shit on anime just for it being anime. Mostly because, especially when you take stuff and you have to translate it to English, yes, there's a lot of stuff that's lost, but there's a lot of stuff that is not spoken or said that way in English. You wouldn't see, like, a line like that in your average English show. You wouldn't see something like that in an English show. Like, maybe, but it's really not common, whereas, like, random hard-ass quotes are very, very common in anime, just purely because of the different languages. So I don't get why people shit on anime just for it being anime. They're like, oh, well, you watch anime, you watch weird shit. Like, okay, I get that you think that all anime is porn. You're entirely incorrect, but I at least understand where you're coming from. That's where I think a lot of people get stuck. Is they go, oh, anime, it must be hentai. Like, that's the same thing. It's like, no. Is some of it weird and fan servicey? Yes. Is, like, your average English show just as bad, in my opinion? Yes! Don't fucking talk to me about, like, anime being too sexualized if you watch Euphoria. Like, it's weird. Euphoria is weird. It's a weird show, and it makes me really uncomfortable, if I'm being honest, so I don't watch it. But I don't go like, oh, well, this is like a bad show because it's an English show or anything like that. Like, I'm not like, oh, the English shows are just porn. Like, no. But I do think that the English shows are just as bad, if not worse, because of how prevalent sexual messaging and imaging is in English shows. Also, it would be a fucking boxing anime. It's like Haikyuu. I loved Haikyuu. Haikyuu is really, really good. It's like, oh yeah, Haikyuu is a little fucking thing about slice of life. I almost said game. A little show about, like, oh, boys learning how to, like, come into their own, and as they grow up, and learning who they are, and shit like that. And it's like, oh, it's so good. And then it's, like, really hard, and you're like, this is a show about fucking high school volleyball. And on the 7th day, God created huge anime boobas. I will give huge anime boobas the huge anime boobas thing. Like, that, yeah, they do that. But at the same time, if you could just choose exactly the body type that you could give your character, would you not give them, like, giant fucking honkers? Like, at least more often, would you not give them gigantic honkers? If you have the power to make whatever the fuck you want, and you're telling me that you wouldn't make titties? You wanna look me in my fucking eyes and tell me that you wouldn't make some fucking titties? I would. Case in point, whenever I draw women, a lot of my women have, like, are very, like, thick, like, pear-shaped thick. I'm like, you know, I have the power to do whatever I want to do, and if I want my women to have a fat ass, like, thick thighs and a tummy, I can do that. I can give her a tummy, goddammit. Because good poom poom deserves shelter. I think about that quote so often. The good poom poom deserves shelter. I think about that all the time. Because he was right, okay? For context, it was a comedian who I think was talking, and she was talking about how, I'm not sure it was her partner, if it was just somebody she was going out with, and it was like a Jamaican man, and she was feeling insecure about her stomach, and he just goes, "Good poom poom deserves shelter." And she's just like, you know what? Yes, the fuck it does. And I think about that ever since, because I'm like, yeah, good poom poom deserves shelter. It does. And also, we have fucking organs. Like, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but women have organs, and the organs have to fucking go somewhere, so that's where the tummy goes. Welcome to the Chaos Bringer. Welcome. Tummy moment. I've gotten more and more okay with my tummy ever since I got my navel pierced, actually. So if you're ever like, I feel really insecure about my stomach, consider a navel piercing, because then you're gonna want to be like, look, I have a piercing, like, all the time, and then it's gonna make you look a lot more comfortable with your stomach. Most likely. At least that's what it did for me. Let's meander into chaos. I'm like a magnet for it. We also just do stupid shit here. I can't think of a time where I'm not talking about stupid shit, because inevitably, I'm just gonna start talking about something. Probably weed. I forgot to turn off the, drugs and alcohol consumption warning on my stream last week, so whoopsie. It had zero impact on my analytics, by the way. Because I'm pretty sure it had, like, literally no impact on how well my streams were doing. If you liked IQ, you would love Hajime no Ippo. They've goddamn jet engine noises when the main character stops, turns, and moves while doing a Dempsey roll. Ow, stop talking fish at me. I'm being assaulted on my own stream on twitch.tv/veryberrybunny with a V. I am being assaulted. Okay. Now we get to do the underside of the roof. Ow! Fish. Stream? Fish. The stream? Where fish are? The stream of water where fish go? We have salmon that are swimming upstream. God, I love the switch over from going to nauseous to like, I'm really hungry. Like, what is it with being nauseous that once the nausea goes away, you're instantly hungry? Fish. Fish, 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 fish. I am... I'm planning to do a goofy little... I will mention this periodically. But, because, you know, it's good to periodically mention it, but I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot. But I have plans for a rebrand, and I'm very excited for the rebrand. It will probably be sometime in June, once I get all my assets and stuff made up. It'll probably be early June is when I'm hoping to get it done. And it will be fish-related. I had my best friend with this quote. Right after the girlfriend cheated on them, shutting of a heart when being broken is the loudest quiet ever. It is. Also, sorry to your friend, that must suck ass. While I've never been cheated on, it sounds like one of the worst fucking things ever. I hope to never be cheated on. Because what the fuck? Piss me the fuck off. That's the thing that I just don't get cheating, to be honest with you. Like, it has to be, for some people, it's definitely like the thrill or whatever, right? Fish. It's gotta be the thrill, or whatever, for a lot of people. But to me, I just don't get it, because if you want to be with somebody else, just break up with your current partner. But the reason why they do that is because they don't want to break up with their current partner, they want to have their cake and eat it too. Hi cake, you're being eaten. Death of thrill, that makes no damn sense. I feel like I'd just be fucking stressed, if I'm being honest. Because I feel like, I would never cheat on my partner. But let's put this in my shoes for, let's put me in their shoes for like a hot minute. That sounds like a fucking stressful experience to be like, oh no, I have to hide this and that other thing from my partner, whom I claim to love, and then I have to hide a bunch of stuff from them all the time. Like, would you not just feel, like, uncomfortable and stressed and, like, that can't be fucking fun. I can't imagine, like, sex being that good, because that's what it is at the end of the day, right? I can't imagine sex being that good that you'd be willing to, like, be stressed about your partner finding something out. Like, it just doesn't sound worth it to me in any way, shape, or form. I feel a bit attached to the main character since I entered boxing the same way, but also the guys who are weebs who call me Ebo because I was short with curly hair and I hit hard as fuck. My boyfriend's been wanting to get into boxing, actually. He's been trying to find Well, he's not been looking that hard, but he's been talking about finding, like a boxing gym in our area. And we're not really sure if we even have one. Hold on. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, so he's been looking and considering getting into boxing. I want to get into some form of exercise. If I was to do anything, hilariously, I'd want to do pole fitness. Because it just looks like fun. Like, pole fitness just looks like fun. Oh, hell yeah, I got rice as well. Oh, shit, I'm gonna make this, fried rice balls thing later today. Jeff Jefferson the 13th. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I get to make these, like, fried rice balls that my boyfriend suggested. Because I've been making rice balls a lot. I'm making a lot of onigiri. I got some onigiri molds to make it easier, and mostly to not burn my fucking hands off. I mean, here's our call as well to prove this stuff's gonna happen at boxing gyms. I can... Next time it comes up, I'll make sure to mention it. Because I'm not sure if he's actually looking right now, especially because, like, he doesn't have an income at the moment. So we can't really justify, like, regular subscriptions if he doesn't have, like, a regular income to pay for said regular subscriptions. He's on unemployment, but he can't find a job. He thought he had one the other day, and then he's like, this job is actually a scam. Fuck! And I was like, shit. More of a thought, if anything. What are you calling me? Well, then it's perfect. I am free. I'm free! You're the master of your destiny, no one and nothing come between you and your destiny except you. I'm gonna come in my destiny. I will teach him for free. Hell yeah. I will make a mention of it to him and see what his thoughts are. God, I fucking love this game. There's something about Power Wash Simulator that genuinely just brings me so much fucking calm. I do not know what it is about this game that just makes me feel so fucking serene. So stop blocking my destiny. I need that black bag of chips. Stop cock blocking my destiny. And stop blocking my shit. And start digging in your destiny, twin. And I like this in this game, and I also like how it allows me to be super methodical, so I usually won't have a whole lot of missed spots. And it's so nice. There are multiplayer, like, availability. There is multiplayer availability on this game. But, I think that involving another person would fuck up my flow, if I'm being honest. I do not want another human being to be involved to fuck up my ability to power wash whatever it is I'm power washing, because whoever's there is gonna fuck up what I'm doing. It doesn't matter who they are, they will fuck it up probably, because the way that I do it is, like, super methodical, super ordered in my own head. And they'll be like fucking up the order. And I'll be like, God damn it, I was going to do stuff in a specific order. Because I move around from the bottom to the top in circles, and if somebody got in my fucking way, I'd be like, God damn it, now the order is off, now everything's weird. This house is shaped really stupid. This house is exceedingly stupid shaped. This house is is a wee bit gay, I will say. It's a house for lesbians, but it's certainly a very gay house. This house strikes me as something that 2 lesbians would own, because, let's be real for a minute, I feel like lesbians would have the weirdest houses. I don't know any lesbians in long-term relationships that live together, but I feel like this is the kind of house that they do. My favorite anime quote is, I come in peace, my name is Peace. I come in peace! Kid named Peace. God. I'm gonna come in my destiny. Wash, 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 wash. Since I've been playing this game, I've thought to myself, you know, I could do this job. And then I thought about how this shit's probably really heavy, and you'd have to wear, like, protective gear. in the hot sun, because, like, your person wears, like, a full bodysuit, and you definitely have to do that, so you just be fucking hot as shit all the time, and I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to do this job. Infinity just horny on main, again. Pressure washing is hell on the arms. It sounds like it, because you have to deal with the force of the pressure washer. And pressure washers also hurt, by the way. Like, if you were to spray yourself with it, which I've done as a kid, it fucking hurts. Like, ouchies. But man, if it isn't nice to get your deck clean after a long winter with a pressure washer. Power washing, apparently, I think power washing is the one that uses hot water, and pressure washing just uses, like, whatever temperature. I think that's a different one. And they are loud. Yes, they are. There's a reason why we wear a helmet, and it's just because we actually secretly have headphones in the helmet. I did my sister with his coach during kendo practice from the very start. No one has shit upon the heavens. Not you nor I, not even God. However, that intolerable vacuum has come to an end. Henceforth I shall stand upon the heavens. Henceforth I will stand up there, bitch. There are some really solid quotes in anime. I don't usually watch a lot of, like, heavy-hitting, like, consciously heavy-hitting anime. I watch more, slice of life kind of stuff. One of my personal favorites was Komi Can't Communicate. I've watched that show so many times, I could probably fucking quote it for you. Komi Can't Communicate was really good. Psyche K was really good. I have to admit that I didn't enjoy, like, the random-ass fan service and, like, horny on main shit that Psyche K used to do. And Komi Can't Communicate did it too, but a little bit differently. Like, I'll admit that I didn't really care for that, but I cared for the general plot. And I liked Komi Can't Communicate just because, like, you know, I kind of relate. I think she's adorable. Gotten into more just goofier, just passive animes. Yeah. I've also been watching Uma Musume. On and off, because, I fell off it for a little while, and I'm trying to adjust to going to work, coming home, and being done, and not having to worry about, like, oh, I gotta get homework done, or oh, I gotta prepare for my next class, or anything. Like, I don't have to worry about any of that shit anymore. I'm graduated, I'm done. And it's really weird to be like, oh yeah, I will not have homework. Like, ever, unless I go back to school. Which might be in the cards, but still. Campfire cooking. Oh, it reminds me of, Dragon Meshi. I like Dragon Meshi. Delicious in Dungeon, I think, is the English version. Raise the lift. Yeah, Delicious in Dungeon was really good. My boyfriend and I watched that one together, and we're waiting for the 3rd season to come out now. Because what the fuck? It was really, really good, and it was like, haha, silly little cooking anime, and then it goes, like, really deep, fucking random, and you're like, okay, this might actually be a horror film. Oh, what the shit? Did you mean Dungeon Meshi? You said Dragon Meshi. Oh, did I? Oopsie. Yeah, I meant Dungeon Meshi. Yes. Dungeon Meshi is really, really good. Okay, here we go. Pro Rise. Shoop. Yes. Dungeon Meshi was really good. I really liked it. I thought it was, like, also kind of fucked. In a good way, but, like, one of those things where you're like, I did not think that was what was gonna happen. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, somebody was just like, I'm gonna make a cute little cooking show, and then somebody else was like, I'm gonna make it fucked up. Nerd, fuck you. No, you fuck. Fuck you, bloody. Ah. Okay, raise up. You raise me up. Why is it no go? Oh, it's because I don't have the... There we go. The controls are different on this one from this one to the Power Wash one. So I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Wash, 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 wash. I think I may also just be thinking about Yakuza unconsciously, because I'm planning on going back to Yakuza tomorrow. And I want to finish off Yakuza 4 And then I might take another break before I start Yakuza 5, but I want to at least be like, I finished 4 and then be done. Bastard bitch. I love when people are just like, I have learned a handful of cuss words, and if I just keep slapping them together, it'll work. Ah! Fuck, that scared me. My fucking spine. My fucking spine! I got naked at work a second time on Wednesday. One of my students' clients just didn't show up when I called her, being like, hey, are you on your way? She's like, I didn't know I had an appointment. And I'm like, okay. And she knows about her next appointment, but it meant that the student wasn't going to get their clinic hours. And so my boss looked at me and was like, do you want a massage? And I'm like, sure, why not? And the student was like, you could definitely feel that she was kind of hesitant. The massage therapist who came in, who supervises everybody, was not fucking hesitant. Jesus Christ. They found like a little muscle above my, like that little bone behind your shoulder, basically, where your shoulder reaches your like shoulder joint itself. There's a little tiny bone that like sits right where those two places join. There's a muscle right above that fucking bone. And it fucking hurts if you dig into it. And oh boy, did the massage therapist dig right the fuck into it. Sweet Jesus, I thought I was gonna meet God, and I was definitely seeing colors the human spectrum does not see. It does not exist in the visible spectrum. Because, sweet Jesus. There is something about a actual massage therapist. Like, they're just really good at it. Because I've been giving massages to my family since I was, like, conscious enough to do it. Not even, because I was walking on my mom's back, apparently, and I have no memory of that. Jam my thumb in nerves, it helps my pain. I feel like that's probably not the greatest, but if it works, it works. But the reason why it generally tends to work is because pressure tends to outweigh pain, because you can only really feel one at once. So the pressure will outdo the pain in that moment. I do that whenever I'm like, I need to stop feeling pain for like a minute, if I have like a raging headache or if I stub my toe. But normally not for that long. Rear decorative block. Clean. Clean. Little ding. Like, you know that massage or whatever massage people singing diggy diggy hole. Jesus fucking Christ. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. It hurt like a motherfucker. But my neck and my shoulders are always kind of fucked. And my physiotherapist suggested that it was probably my neck and shoulders that were causing a lot of my vertigo and my dizziness. Which would make sense. That would make sense. So. But it definitely made it a little bit worse. The funny thing is that, they don't really know how to deal with it, so they're just like, make sure that you sit up, like, really slowly so you don't get really dizzy, because they don't want me to fall over and hurt myself. And I'm like, I know! I'm not gonna die. Promise. 3. There we go. Yeah, it would definitely distract from the pain, but at the same time... Well, you are in the States. This isn't really that easy for you, but I was gonna be like, maybe you should see a doctor. But again, you're in the United States, so that's not really as simple as just going to see a fucking doctor. Pretty sure I'm getting migraines too, so basically full upper body pain. Yeah, maybe go see a doctor. This feels like a doctor conversation. Generally. Also, most of the doctors give you the runaround. Yeah, you kind of have to, like, scare them a little bit. But not scare them so much that they recommend you being institutionalized, but just scare them enough so that way they'll, like, be willing to do their fucking job. Because, trust me, I'm the last person who likes doctors. I think most doctors suck. Like, on average. Not so much that I think, like, all doctors are evil people or whatever, but I think that, on average, doctors tend to just not listen to you and just kind of suck ass. Ain't nothing you can fucking do about that. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Hell, I die, I die. If I die, I die. Fuck it. If I die, I die. Alas, oh well. Wash, 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 wash. Wash, 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 wash. Let's try and clean it with some degree of finesse and skill. Just a little bit. It's okay, peeps. Stay as well as well. I'm not rushless, no seismic activity whatsoever. Ah. If he dies, he dies. Most people in the medical field don't know what the hell they're doing somehow. Yeah, after so many fucking years doing school, you'd think that you'd at least know what you're doing. At least a little bit. Or you'd at least try. I feel like a lot of doctors just do not try to make you feel better. They're just trying to get people in and out of the office. Which, like, I get it. I do. Especially when doctors, like, make money per appointment or whatever, if that's the case. Like, I get it. I do. It makes sense. But at the same time, from the patient perspective, and especially from the perspective of somebody who was royally screwed by my doctor, by the way, maybe, like, do your best or something. Some nurses always kissed ass to get there. Some people do. Some people do. My last doctor was... I do not see him anymore, but my last doctor was, like, a relatively older man. And he sucked. He was always trying to get my mom to come in for, like, a breast exam, by the way, which I get it because of her age, but at the same time, really fucking weird that you keep asking me to do this. Someone at Franker just told all of us that Sho Tucker was right to do what he did to his daughter. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, and I really hope I'm not right in what I think you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know who that is, and I really hope I'm not correct. I really hope I'm not correct in what I think it probably is about. But yeah, my last doctor was like an older man, and when I got diagnosed with GERD, he handed me what is apparently one of the strongest medications for this, when they should have started me on another one, and he also never did a test. Full Metal Alchemist. I haven't watched it. Did he assault his daughter? Please don't tell me he assaulted his daughter. I know. I don't! What happened? If it's assault, no! I have not seen it. If it's assault, I request that we don't speak about this too much, because there's a lot of things that don't bother me, but, assault is one of the things that genuinely does bother me, so I'd prefer not talk about it. It makes me want to pull off my skin. Wash, 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 wash. I will wash away the sins of my own mind. Wash, 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 wash. Don't tell her she has to experience that firsthand. Okay, then I'm probably not gonna look that one up, because I assume that it's probably assault, and I'm good. Because, like, truly, I can't handle it. If there's sexual assault in media, I cannot consume that type of media. It genuinely is a significant, uncomfortable point for me. It's not assault. Okay, thank God. Yep, there are very few things that bother me. Like, blood and gore does not bother me. Sexual assault is truly one of the things I cannot tolerate, so I can't talk about it. But in any case, new topic time. So in this game, there's like a fucking volcano that's erupting the whole time, which might be why everything's so goddamn gross. But at the same time, everybody seems to be fine. And I think we saved the world by the power of cleaning. I'm pretty sure that was the plot, I just kind of forget. You have to watch it for yourself one day. God. Maybe one day. I haven't been into watching a lot of shows. I've been more into K-dramas and C-dramas, if I'm being honest. Because while they're, like, definitely overdone and kind of soap opera-y, sometimes I appreciate a show that doesn't make me think too hard. I honestly do just appreciate sometimes when a show is just straightforward, to the point, and gives me, like, some low-grade drama, nothing that, like, requires that I think deeper about the topic. Like, I think that thinking deeper about the topics is great, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just don't wanna. Sometimes I'm just not in the fucking mood, bro. Okay, where did it go? Okay, uppies. There we go. Crisp and clean. Crisp and clean. I've gotten really numb to certain things, but some shows get me from time to time. There's a handful of shows that will get me from time to time. But I'm usually pretty good at, I check, like, all the parents' guide, or the, like, no spoilers, but what are the trigger warnings on this guide? Because I'm like, you know, maybe some stuff just isn't for me, and that is okay. That does not really bother me at all. It is okay for some stuff just not be something I watch. Why am I so fucking hungry? I also have a really weird shift at work today. I work from 4 p.m., 4:30 to 9 p.m., which is super fucking strange. I have never had a shift like this before, and I guess we'll figure it out. I wonder if it'll be a nice shift, because I was talking to my therapist the other day about it, because I find that my anxiety is worse in the mornings. If I am able to have, like, most of the day to myself, and then I work the evening, that might be kind of nice. The only downside is that, I can't really stream in the evenings if I'm working in the evenings. But at the same time, weirdly enough, sometimes the morning streams tend to go really well, analytic-wise. Like, we have 7 people here right now. That's better than I was doing when I was streaming, like, on a Tuesday night. I'm not sure if it's the game, or if it's the time, or what have you. Like, I'm trying to figure out what time is best for everybody. Because the morning streams do tend to do very well. Performance-wise and viewership-wise. But I don't really know why. Like, do y'all just really like Power Wash Simulator? Like, I know that my, Sunlit Valley Minecraft streams do tend to perform a little bit worse, but that's because it's, like, Minecraft tends to go one way or the other way. Seen Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender? Cac, have you seen Avatar? I've watched bits and pieces of Avatar, The Last Airbender. My mom watched it, and so I watched enough of it to get the point. Like, I'd come into her room and she'd be watching whatever, and then I would catch bits and pieces of it as it goes. See, nowadays, see more people out and about super early in the morning now. Yeah, I see more people around whenever I run my early morning streams. Only thing is that I can't really run those with the guys. I can't really run those with the guys, cause Pickle's doing pickle shit and Waki has a real job. So, we are definitely stuck into evenings for those collab days, which doesn't bother me too much. It's just that as long as I'm not working those days, then I can still do it. My therapist was like, oh, well, maybe these will be better for you. Like, if your mornings are really bad for your anxiety and stuff like that, then maybe you can have most of the day to yourself, and then for the evening, then you can go to work in the evening, and that'll be a little bit easier on you. And I'm like, I hadn't even thought about that. Because the other option is working from, like, 10 to 2, and then you lose, like, the entire fucking day, because you don't want to start anything, because you start work at 10, so you don't really want to do anything. But I also don't really want to work at, like, 8:30 in the fucking morning, both because, personally, I don't want to do that shit, and also because that's when my anxiety is at its worst. So I have to balance it around. If it's time at the burger place at 3 a.m. is the given, then yep, there are more people active earlier than usual. I feel like a burger place getting swamped is kind of an exception, though, because I feel like it's actually very reasonable for a burger place to get swamped at 3 in the goddamn morning. Like, maybe that's just me, But I feel like 3 a.m. is like peak burger place hours. It's like Denny's. Like, Denny's is gonna see an uptick at like 1 in the goddamn morning because everybody's fucking drunk and wants Denny's. Same logic. So, pros and cons. The funniest thing is that I was telling somebody this and they were just like, who the fuck is getting— I was telling my boyfriend this last night. And he was just like, who the fuck is getting a massage at like 9 o'clock at night? And I just responded, people with jobs. And he goes, ah. Because if you work 9 to 5. On a weekday, it's kind of iffy. You severely underestimate how many people are getting toasted on a goddamn Tuesday. But yeah, I get the vibe. You may also just serve a lot of like blue collar workers that are on their way to work and need something to eat real quick. Or truckers. Truckers are just a different like group of creature. The life that a trucker lives is a very different life than arguably anybody else. Because what the fuck are they doing? Wash, wash, wash. Central feature wall, central feature pillar. Central feature fin. Ah! Fuck. Fine, I will clean it like a normal person. Clean it! I don't know if I get sauced on an early morning. I get sauced at 2 a.m. on a fucking Tuesday. There we go. Bird. Wash. God. Clean. Fuck. Damn it. Come back down here. I'll go with hungover dipshits driving a 10-ton hunk of metal picking up trash. Yep. They'll do that. There we go. Do you only have to do, like, the physical cooking of the burgers, or do you have to deal with people? Because I feel like the cooking of the burgers would not be nearly as bad as dealing with, like, all the fucking people in fast food. Both. Ugh. Okay, yeah, that sounds like dog shit. Ah. Let me up. I want uppies. But I'm fucking stuck. Fine. I will walk to the side and see if I can steal one of the little ladders. Eh. Yeah, let's put that there. Then go back up. And then go here. Why not? Bruh. It makes the most sense to me. If I'm on fries and I don't deal with the customers, my first channel is trying to investigate all stations beside register. Yeah, that sounds about right. Damn it, now I want fries. How dare. Now I want McDonald's fries. Specifically McDonald's fries. Specifically. That's a leaf. Jesus Christ, I thought it was just a bird just like right fucking there. I'm like, hello. What the shit? They do add a lot of quality of life updates to Power Wash too. It's kinda nice, I'll give them that much. Exclusively. Yes. It's funny how you have to deal with the customers, but you're trained on everything except for register, so except for dealing with the customers. You will learn how to make the fry— no, I want fries. We're doing this loop again of, damn it, no, I want McDonald's fries. Wash, 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 wash. I might have enough points to get some free McDonald's soon. Because I've been downloading, like, all the fucking apps Which I know is probably not the best thing, but at the same time, if I'm gonna be buying them, if I'm gonna be spending the money anyway, I might as well try and get some money out of my money. So I'll usually make, like, some kind of attempt. Wash, 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 wash. Okay, and then clean off all this shit. There we go. Central feature wall has been completed. Fish. Fish, fosh. Fish, fosh, fish. There we go. Cleaned. Okay. So most of the 24% that's left is this shit. But I'm gonna clean this part of the roof first. Excuse me. And then I will worry about the rest of it. I have the, there must be more to this provincial life, from Beauty and the Beast stuck in my head. But it's just a looping part where she goes, there must be more to this provincial life, and then Gaston going, I'm going to make Belle my wife. And it's just that, looping over and over again in my head, and I'm going fucking insane. There must be more to this provincial life, just watch, I'm going to make Belle my wife. And it's just looping over and over again. And I'm going to go fucking insane. The only downside of Power Wash Simulator is it does make me sleepy. So it's very fun, but so relaxing that it will make me eat sleepies. But at least you know, there wasn't much more to that life. Well, there was a very hairy man. So she wasn't really wrong. There was an option of a very hairy man and talking teacups. There was always more for her. Let's clean off our theodolite. Is that what this is called? Okay. I would have called it a telescope, personally. But I may just be wrong about what it is. The drains have got to be nasty in that house, right? Like in the Beauty and the Beast house, the drains have got to, like, be a giant fucking mess. Wash. Damn it, I'm going to get this floor clean, so help me God. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? That your house is getting this fucking gross. Hi, Vic. What you doing that your house is so nasty? Yeah, I think also starting next week, I think I'm planning on doing Warframe community nights where I will basically set, like, something that we're going to work on, basically. Probably... I will. Baby! God. I think I'm gonna set it up so we're gonna be like, oh, we're working on this syndicate, or this and this tonight. And then if you want to hop in and join up what we're doing, then we're gonna run that syndicate, or we're gonna run like an Omnia Fisher where we're doing a bunch of relic cracking, or something like that. And then if there's more than 4 people, or 3 other people, I guess, that are interested, then I will probably start running multiple different groups. But at the same time, I also want to kind of get people to meet other people, so that way you can run missions with other people if you want. Relic Cracking Day would be fun. Our Relic Cracking Day, I think, would be really good. And then it would also be like, we're farming plat! We are going to sell our shit from platinum. And then you can join me, and we can all just fucking go. And I will have to keep track of, like, who's in the fucking game queue or some shit, if you guys want to play with me specifically. Because obviously I am incredible and wonderful and important, and you should want to spend all of your game time with me, duh. So, but if not, then I might just, like, throw a bunch of people and be like, Go play! And figure that shit out. And I also did finally get the mod for Valkyr that lets me have her Warcry just run constantly as long as I'm still getting melee kills. And then I made sure to get her claws upgraded. So she is like cracked the fuck up. We will have to get them to steel though. I mean, if we can get like enough people, like, and basically at the end of the day also just look at some of them and be like, if you are going to die, just try and stay the fuck out of the way and we'll still crack your relic for you, but just like scoot scoot. But if we're doing Steel Path, there will need to be at least 2 people there that can comfortably run Steel Path, including myself. I've gotten to the point where I can usually run Steel Path, by myself. Like, most Steel Path, like, related, like, relic cracking, not relic cracking, but, like, Steel Path bounties, for example, I can do those by myself and live. I haven't started working through the Steel Path star chart, though I probably should. So yeah, if we're doing Steel Path, I need at least one other person who can also run Steel Path without dying, because I cannot take care of 3 other people. I do not have a frame that can keep everybody alive. I have a frame that I can keep myself alive, and I can kill shit. But I do not have a frame that is made for keeping other people alive. Like Jade. Jade is good for that. Jade is good for keeping other people alive. What's the actually amateur games for the new Legend of Aang the Airbender movie in the Discord? Okay, I didn't know there was a new one, so I'm kind of nosy. Gen chat. Oh yeah, they all got like aged up, basically. I remember hearing about that. I'm down to run Steel Path with you. Hell yeah. It will probably be on a Friday night. Probably. But that's gonna depend a lot on my work schedule, if I'm being honest. My work schedule is not consistent. Next week I work Tuesday and Thursday, not Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I think the week after I work like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday or some shit. Like, I do not have a set schedule, so I'm gonna still be releasing a stream schedule every week, and then I will let everybody hop in as they please. I should make like a Warframe channel on my Discord, actually. That would be a good idea. I'm going to try and remember to make a Warframe related channel in my Discord. And then we can have a spot where we can all, like, trade shit and discuss how the fuck this is supposed to- how the fuck do I do XYZ? And, like, getting help of people and stuff like that. Something like that I think would be good. We can discuss what kind of syndicates we're gonna run, because I'm really bad at getting my syndicates leveled up, so I'm gonna try and get everybody else's syndicates leveled up. If I'm trying that build, I'm not paying attention, then I'll die. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. But as long as I'm paying attention, I'm okay. And I think I will still limit everything to text chat, though. Just because not that I don't trust necessarily my community, but I worry about having, like, an open group and then an open Discord voice call or something like that on stream, because that opens me up to a lot of risk. And I don't want to deal with that, especially if, like, new people come in and I don't know who they are. So I will probably limit it exclusively to text chat. And then if something changes, then maybe. But for now, it will be limited exclusively to in-game text chat. I'll just scream at everyone. I will also scream at everybody, that's the problem. I will just be like, ah! What the fuck are you doing? I had somebody, I was running, I think it was a Steel Path bounty with somebody, and they were like legendary level 4? Like past mastery rank 30 and then legendary level fucking 4. And somehow I'm doing all the goddamn damage, and yeah, we were in the Cetus, the Plains of Cetus, that's where we were. And this person who should have been playing the game for a very long time and should know what they're doing, took hours to get to the quest mission because they weren't using their Arcwing. And I'm like, how long have you been playing this game? You must have been playing it for a while in order to get to this level of mastery rank. What are you doing? Like, people that are legendaries are either, like, really cracked at the game or have not played the game in, like, 20 years and therefore do not know anything. Okay, let me make sure that this... Balcony chair, balcony table. Okay, what did I miss? Ah! That would be it. Ah! Also the whole fucking roof! Looks like they bought the weapons to level. Um, that would make sense. I have been... I did use a lot of my plat to, like, buy some prime parts and stuff like that, just because I'm like, I could try and crack the relics for it, and then I crack the relics, I don't fucking get it, and I'm like, okay, I've been doing this for how long? I'm just gonna spend, like, the 5 platinum and buy the part. And now I have 0 plat, so I need to start farming for prime parts. Because, big yikes. I also, Barocketeer is in at the moment. So, if anybody who does play the game, fun fact, Barocketeer is in, and he has a handful of useful shit. Unlike them, you actually play the game and learn stuff. Yeah. Though I did also discover that apparently the weapon that I use is one of... Because I was looking up, like, what's the best melee weapon? And the one that I use is apparently one of the best ones. It's considered S rank, and I'm like, fuck yeah! My Orthos Prime! Which explains why I'm regularly killing most stuff with it. Like, I try to use her, claws more often, but still. I hit 500 rubies here the last part of the arc going, oh yeah, the fucking Rubido or some shit. Yeah, it's been, yes. The fucking Rubido. Yeah, we can always farm for various resources and shit like that and get some stuff built. I want to get to mastery rank like 20. Because I think once I get to mastery rank 20, then I can start being like, look, I do stuff. Look, I know what I'm doing, kinda, sorta. Sorta, kinda, maybe. At least I hope so. But my boyfriend's, I think, MR, like, 23 or some shit. 500 rubies? I assume Rubido, or Tellurium. It's probably Rubido. Because Tellurium, you normally don't need 500 of fucking anything. But it's probably Rubido is what you're thinking of. I don't know why this area just kind of sucks. Just try and get it clean. There we go. It's not Rubido, I have 456,000 of that. I don't know how much Rubido I have off the top of my head. It's definitely not Tellurium. Because again, like, Tellurium, I think the most Tellurium you ever really need for something is, like, usually the mind resource. But 500? Normally you won't need that fucking much. I'm building a new Arcwing at the moment, actually. I have one set up to build, and Octavia Prime actually should be done today. At some point. I'm not sure when she'll be done, but she'll be done at some point. And once it hits 6 o'clock Mountain Time is, I think it's Greenwich time at precisely midnight is when it resets, so about 6 p.m. my time. Once it hits that, then I can start fucking my syndicates again, and mostly start talking to the people in the hex again. And mostly level up my standing with the hex, because I have to level it up to the max level in order to talk to the other people here. And blue. Need 5,000 cryo for a frame. Yeah, I know! I've had it happen a few times, and then I just start going, and I just go, God fucking damn it, and then I start having to farm fucking cryo. I'm like, this is time for my life that I will never fucking get back. Because cryo just kind of sucks. And I usually try and do it on public, but the downside to playing excavations on public is that there's always one dipshit who keeps, like, opening up the fucking extractors and then not taking care of them, and I'm like, dude, we have 6 extractor opens and there's like 2 of us. You can't be doing this shit. Like, what are we doing? And then we keep losing the extractors because we can't physically take care of that many. And I'm like, my god. Usually public is fine. I don't usually have a huge issue with public. My only issue that I've been having lately with public is people doing that thing where, like, if you're taking a minute to get to extraction, they start marking and unmarking the extraction point, like, over and over again. That pisses me off. That actually is super fucking irritating to me. Because whenever you're just kind of like, oh, well, like, clearly they just can't find the fucking extraction, starts marking and unmarking and just spamming the fucking mark again, like, bitch, I will start taking my fucking time if you start doing that shit, because it pisses me the fuck off. You don't need me to extract, you just need to, like, wait a minute. If I don't get there in time. But, like, I'm working my way over there. Just hand over me while I needed a res. I had it happen once where there was this gun on the plane of Cetus that was shooting me backwards. And so, I'm trying to fucking res this person, and I keep getting shot backwards, so I can't get close enough to them to try and res them. I'd get to like 20%, and the gun would shoot me backwards, and then I'd stop resing them because I was too far away, and I'm like, nah! It's Rubido, yeah. With the Odonata system. Yeah, that sounds alright. Yes. Okay, so roof canopy trim, first floor window frame, and probably this shit. Mudkip stole the organs. Hi, Mudkip. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I am very hungry. You sure, Bringer? What's happening? I missed something. Hold on. You can have some of mine. Oh god, he's got so fucking much. Rubido is one of those things that's not that hard to farm either. Like, once you get to the level that kicks at, you have enough of it. If he's got nearly 500,000, 500 is not gonna make a fucking dent. Wash, wash, wash. I have 450k. Yeah! It's not really gonna make a huge dent in it. Wash, 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 wash. And then first floor window frame. Wash. Yeah! I went to play NTE on my phone. I've heard good things about NTE. I saw a bunch of people playing it. I saw Yomi and... Fuck, who was it? Reaper! That's what their name was. Yeah, I saw Reaper also. Reaper and Yomi were both playing it. You can't trade those resources. Damn. NTE keeps dropping friends on my phone. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's just phones are kind of ass for certain stuff. At least so it seems. Like, I remember playing Genshin on my phone. Actually, no, it was Honkai as I was playing on my phone. I was playing Honkai Star Rail. And I really enjoyed it when I made my phone into, like, a fucking hot brick that was actually kind of uncomfortable to touch if I played the game for too long. Really good game. Made my phone into an oven. I feel like I could have baked fucking eggs on my goddamn phone screen. Collectivité de Saint-Bernard. Wash, 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 wash. I love the little, car jobs. Give me a second, I want to play NTE and download Warframe back. Godspeed. I tried playing Warframe on mobile, but it's genuinely impossible for me to run it on my phone. My phone was just like, who the fuck do you think you are? And just like, the game does not run. And I'm like, okay. And I have like a relatively new phone. I have a Z Flip 6. But my phone was just like, actually go kill yourself and just gave up. Kill yourself in Minecraft. Like, donk. It's decently optimized. It's decent, but at the end of the day, a phone is a phone and it can only handle so much. That's usually where I sit. Because especially Warframe for PC is really, really well optimized. And how I start on my phone, I'm all the way to Planet Cardia Story Quest. Ooh, fancy. I never got that far. Time Traveler's Bone wants to get through Ethos cards and reunite with its consciousness, but Cartigan just wants to gnaw away with it. What the fuck? The whole film ends with the three cars chasing each other at the cliffs of Power Falls. I have missed a step in whatever it is we're talking about right now. Hold on. Possibly the greatest climax in film history. Climax, you say? My vision is just randomly blurring. Are you diabetic? If you're, they're just like, are you diabetic or are you just tired? Because if you're diabetic, it's generally a very bad sign. The car has puppy dog ears. No, it could be that I don't blink very often. Yeah, that'll do it. Blinking is kind of important, bro. Like, I hate to tell you, but blinking is one of those things that is usually involuntary for a reason. I hear my PC making airplane noises. Curly Pop, you are fine! The thing barks! I'm not kidding myself microseconds of view. Cartagenan. Wolf lulls. Okay. Can I be pink? There we go. Outfit cosmetics. What the fuck? How do I be pink? I want to be pink. Or evil red. We doing emo bitch shit. Dress for success. Equip an item gold. My friend's gonna be playing Tower of Fantasy again. I have not heard of that one. I have to try it because blinking isn't helping. Eye drops. How do I... Well, it's P and then this was Dollarinos. Swirl Forest, Prime Vista... Urban X Max, Prime Vista Pro, Urban X Stream. That's so much money. Itchy. Would anyone like a synonym roll? Pop-Tart. Synonym roll? I'd love a synonym roll. Urban X2. Okay, I had $900 left. There we go. Got my fancy shit. I don't want a synonym roll. Okay, there we go. Power wash. Billboard! Dirt Finder! It appears both of us are going up in the world. I've become the new mayor of Caldera County in its entirety, while you are to wash my flagship billboard 30 feet above the interstate due south of Lumber City, inadvertently dirty by a process that doesn't concern you. Hate some sweets, been a ball of misery and hate lately. Sweets are really where it's at. I must confess to still harboring grave concerns as to your character, but I remain committed to your sublimity as a power washer. It would be remiss of me to not exploit the talents of someone when it's within my powers to do so. Much obliged, JJXII. Thank you, Jeff Jefferson. What in the goddamn... Well. Time to pick a spot and just start fucking washing. Tower Fantasy is a Genshin Impact more modern and better gacha system. Ah. I should get back into playing Genshin, it's been so long. I was playing it, like, religiously in 2020, and I have not been playing it very much since. Because it got to the point where I'm like, all I'm doing is fucking dailies and shit, man. And I had so many fucking side quests. Problem is, I'm not 100% sure, what everything is. I think if I was to start playing again, I'd probably just make a new account and just start playing again from there. Because it's been so very long. Gosh, there you go. Should probably worry about keeping the ladder clean. Because I don't want to touch a ladder that's gross. Touching a gross ladder would be gross. Permanent Genshin Impact, do you have to be a certain rank to do the story? Yeah. Yeah, which didn't really bother me too much, but I found that, like, if you decided you didn't want to do a quest, you still needed, like, the experience to get your rank up, basically, so that part kind of bothered me, because there were a lot of, like, little side quests that I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this, bro. I think also, the issue I had with Genshin was that you had to, at a certain point, like, the characters that you have, that you were given, just aren't good enough, so you do have to run the gacha system if you want to actually have a good time playing the game. So, but if you don't get the character that you actually want to have, then you're gonna just not have a good time in general. Yay, that's clean. Bruh. Be clean! Get bored with Genshin pretty quick. Yeah, the feeling's kinda mutual. I don't think Genshin's a bad game, I just got tired of gacha games in general, I think. Okay, let's do this, so that way I can actually make some progress on the underside of the billboard. You don't really realize how big billboards are until you get close to one, but this is probably pretty accurate for size. Like, I like games that are just good games, and aren't necessarily just made for making money. Limbus Company is a really good example. Like, I really enjoyed that one. I still play it, and I find myself wanting to spend money on the game because the game is just good. Warframe is the same way. Like, you don't have to spend money. Like, sure, maybe it'll make some things easier for time-wise, but it never really feels pay to win. It feels pay to have your item right now or wait 3 days. But that's not so much a pay to win as it is just pay to not have patience. Which, as somebody who already doesn't have patience, is fine. And that's where most of my platinum goes. Towards rushing items, because I'm just like, I don't want to fucking wait. This is base Equinox, it takes a week. Jesus Christ! And to finally restart cutting things off, you gotta pull for this very specific character. Yeah, that's my issue with Genshin, is like, you need to have this character if you want to not take 7 hours to beat this fucking boss. Have fun. And I'm like, what if I don't wanna? What if I don't wanna do your fucking pity, bro? What if I think your pity system is not the worst pity system I've seen, but I also just, what if I don't like it? Wash, 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 wash. Wash. Also, the element combo stuff is kind of boring. I didn't mind the element combo stuff. Like, it was fine. My only gripe with it was where it was like, let's learn about elements. And I'm like, this makes sense already. You really don't need to explain it to me. Wash. Town of the Year competition.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you for the reminder, Fleck. Ow. Thank you for the reminder to consume the liquid. I will. Wash, 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 wash. Why is the entire town in a fucking group chat? Our town has a statue that fires a beam from its pineal gland into a dormant volcano for seemingly no reason. Mockingham started as handler for the dung clutchers of a Pumpton stable. We've come a long way. Thank you, Leonard. Oh hell, I might lose power. Try not to do that. That kind of sucks. This chop needs to hurry. Making a pork chop? Is that what you're talking about? Don't lose power. It's cringe. That's really cringe of you, Kate, to try and lose power. It sounds like you're trying to get out of watching my stream. Sounds like you're trying to get out of it. Sounds like you're trying to leave, which is cringe. Fake fan. Fake fan trying to leave. Cringe. I'm going to get this fucking panel wash. God damn it. There we go. Now I'm charging my phone. Okay, put that over there. Are those leaves or are those creatures? They look like creatures, and now I'm confused. Alright. The vultures. They kind of look like fucking manta rays, though. How healthy do you feel? Healthy enough that I feel like a vulture wouldn't eat me. Look. Try this. I picked the wrong uppies. Vultures! Okay, go over there. Get out of the way. Vultures are neat little creatures. I think most scavengers are also neat little creatures, if I'm being honest. Most scavengers are interesting little creatures to me. Okay, wash. I love the sound it makes when you're not actually hitting anything. Handprints. What kind of vultures though? Vultures being immune to rabies is sick as hell. I think it's also possums that are also immune to rabies, which I think is very cool. It also makes a lot of sense why they'd be immune to rabies, because you're eating dead stuff. There's probably gonna be some shit in there. Like, should definitely be aware that there's gonna be some stuff in there. Should probably be immune to it. I think vulture's stomach acid is, like, ridiculously strong acid, especially compared to something like ours. And we've got pretty strong stomach acid, but theirs is just like, fuck you! And just kills everything, which is part of why they have such a strong immunity to so many things. Why are you still dirty? Ah. That'll do it! Ah. Okay, well, let's clean this, and then I'll open the hatch back up again. Yeah, botulism because of the stomach acid, possums because they run too cold. Ah. I did not know that's what possums were being, but good to know. Fascinating. My favorite thing is, my favorite creature is probably... Shit, I forget what they're called. But they're like those little, tiny microscopic little pigs that can live in fucking space. Like, they can live in a vacuum. Like the little microscopic creatures, but I forget what they're called. But I've just been calling them pigs because it's kind of what they are. I forget what they're called. Tardigrades! Yes, tardigrades are neat. I like tardigrades. Tardigrades are neat little creatures. I think they're very cool. I think most bacteria, and not as, I mean tardigrades are bacteria, but like little microscopic creatures and bacteria are generally very neat. In terms of the shit that they can survive. Because they're adapted to such a different, environments than we are. And so seeing the way they've adapted to that, such as tardigrades, is really rather interesting, at least to me. There. I will not be walking all the fucking way around. There we go. Also known as water bears! Yeah, water bears! And often referred to as little pigs. Because they kind of look like little pigs. At least a little bit. Crisp and clean. What do you think of my Town of the Year initiative? I just shoot a tardigrade plushie. Yo. Always. I think I also just need more plushies in general. I don't need any more plushies. Let me make that part really clear. I do not need any more plushies, but like, I could always do with more. There is never any issue with having more plushies, in my opinion. I had a plushie that was the, like the physical form of the virus for syphilis. I had that as a kid. It was one of those like little microbes, little stuffed microbes. You want more plushies, always. I could always benefit from more plushies. Nothing is ever wrong with having more plushies. I love plushies, they're very, very adorable. I just think plushies are so fucking cute, though. I also do have like a little pink stuffed bunny that I do genuinely sleep with when my anxiety gets really bad. So I do have. I have syphilis one too! Yeah! Yeah, I have the syphilis. I had it as a kid, I didn't really know what syphilis was. But I had it! What the fuck is this? Oh! Oh! How do I get down? Okay, that's neat. That is a neat little piece of kit. Pink worm. Pink worm. Pinworms. Let's make sure this floor gets clean before I move on. Pinworms. My boyfriend hates when I pull that one out. If he says anything similar to the word pinworms, and I'll be like, pinworms, and he's like, shut the fuck. I do not know why he hates it so much, but it is honestly very funny to me. I was got a stem cell plushie from Body World. The name is Stemmy, so it's funny. It was Stemmy the stem cell plushie. Stemmy the stem. There we go. Stemmy the stem. Women in Stemmy. Women in Stemmy. I still have him. I love him. I have a uterus somewhere. That's all I know that I have off the top of my head. Because I know I have a uterus. I'm just not sure where I put my uterus. I have placed my uterus somewhere, and I'm not sure where the fuck I put it, but I have my uterus. But yeah, I have a stuffed uterus that has like little fallopian tubes and ovaries attached to it, and the ovaries have their own little googly eyes on them, and they are so cute. Because the immunology club at my university will often sell those as a way to fundraise, and I think they're adorable, so I will usually buy one. Is every single one of these gonna be their own thing? Wash, wash, wash. There we go. So the ladder is not clean, though. Ah, that would be why. There you go. I seem to have misplaced Stemmy. What kind of dino is that? The uterus. The uterus dinosaur. It was very murdery. A very murdery dinosaur, you know? I wonder what the mayor... Why does the mayor have beef with me? He says he's got issues with my character. The fuck is he talking about? Uterosaurus. Gotta unmisplace it. I have misplaced my stem cells. This is going to be a problem for various reasons. I have lost my stem cells. I am now going to die. Shit. Move out the way. But to be fair, if a mayor has beef with me, maybe I'm doing something right, because I don't trust a mayor. Never ever trust a mayor. I'll be back because Adam's trying to split. Ooh. Bro, I'm gonna split your atoms. Crisp. There we go. Ding. I make like hockey and get the puck out of here. Yeah. Whoop. One of the things that I do appreciate about Power Wash Simulator 2 is that it lets you be above something and then still place down your equipment. Because Power Wash Simulator 1 does not really support that. Like, Power Wash Simulator 1, you could not have done this. Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. I will wash it like this. And I will think about what I'm going to make for lunch. What should I have for lunch? Because I can make those, like, fried rice balls that my boyfriend showed me, but I'm also not sure if I want to have those for lunch or for dinner. Zoop. Ah, fuck. Puppies. Okay. I'm like, is it going to fit? There we go. There we go, crisp. The lesbian lured the horse. Bunny has startled the witch. The lesbians have learned the horse. I still want to try if, like that video of, areolas looking like giant eyeballs and therefore will often startle horses. I still want to know if I can flash a horse and if the horse will get scared. And now I'm nosy. Can I scare a horse with my titties? I don't have access to a horse, and I want to know if it works. Because I've seen a video of it working, but I want to know if it actually works. You know, please don't flash my horse! Please do not. My horse. Please do not flash my horse. I should start making like a quote channel the way that Bly has one, and I think please don't flash my horse would be a great first start. Fuck. No, dude, no. Don't do it. I'm trying to get this shit clean. I don't want to go on there. Horses get scared by shadows and ghosts. Of course they'd be scared of titties. What an unfortunate life to be afraid of boobs. I love seeing videos of people like desensitizing their horses because they just start doing like stupid shit and just trying to piss off their horse. Don't traumatize the horse through titties. He's in retirement. What? So retirees can't have titties, Flick? Why can't retirees have access to titties? I feel like they should be the people that should get access to boobs. Like maybe that's just me, but like, give the horse some titty. Let me up. There we go. Wash. This is a neat little piece of shit. Complete a wash task while abselling. Is that what this is called? Abselling? I'm selling my abs? Being in this little chair is kind of cute. Now I have I like my horse. My pony? My horse stuck in my head. My brain is made of rot and stupid. Unfortunately, I am made of goo. But, goddammit, this billboard will be clean, so help me God. Even if the mayor has questions about my character, even though I'm just some dude with a power washer, I'm still gonna keep this fucking billboard clean. He's like, I have questions about your character. I'll speak on an email saying I'm a winner, or definitely a scam or a virus. I get the ones where it's like, your cloud storage is gonna disappear soon. I'm like, I don't use cloud storage because it pisses me off. Robert, this cloud storage irritates me. I think I have Microsoft like OneDrive turned off and everything because I got tired of having it open at random, and I'm like, dude, can you just fuck off? Mayor's beef with you, he's corrupt, you're cleaning up the town. That checks. I figured I didn't really care what a politician had to feel about me, because there was no way that he was a better human being than I am. I have questions about your character. Shut your bitch ass up. You are a politician. I have questions about your character, Jeff Jefferson the 13th. Like, it's unfortunate that your entire family saw the worst goddamn name and then went, yeah, we're gonna keep that. Bloop. Okay. Let's get this bit cleaned up. Get the ladder all tidied. Is that mayor serious? He can't take Ulysses back? Does he even know about her kittens? What? The cat had kitties? Of course the mayor would be a jackass. But it's a mayor, so I'm not really sure what I expected. Wash, 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 wash. There we go. You are winner, Daniel. That's how it always goes off whenever I'm listening to somebody run the lottery. It just goes, winner, Daniel. If Finny's streaming later today, hell yeah, I'm gonna be at work. I'm going to be working a job and making some money. That also does remind me that I need to check what my schedule is for the month of June, and if the month of June does not pay me that well, then I need to check and see what my schedule could possibly look like, because I'm like, I was expecting like closer to 30 hours a week, and now I don't have that. And while I don't want to work, I don't want to work more. I'm expecting about $1,000 less for the month of May than I was initially planning on getting. So I'm like, would be nice if I could just, you know, have enough money to pay my bills and also start paying on my student loans and maybe have a little bit of money to put aside for an emergency fund. You know, plans and shit. There we go. Oh shit. That was a lot of ding 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 ding. You had a yellow mandarin fish. Bro caught an orange. Fuck. Yes, I am now one of the employed. Because my bills are like $300 and my rent, my part of the rent is about $400 and big yucks. You gonna have an emergency fund for the emergency fund? In this economy, probably not. I'm not even 100% sure what I need the emergency fund for, I just know that I probably do need it. There we go. Billboard top beam. Hang on. There is... Here it is. There we go. Let's make sure that we get all of this clean. Wash. There we go. Okay, so let's put this over here. The forever fund. Yeah, the never-ending emergency fund of am I going to die? Not sure. But I do try to at least have some kind of emergency fund, I think would be good. Especially since I'm like $500 to my name in loans. I have legitimately considered trying to go on disability because I've got such crippling anxiety that it does make it genuinely hard to leave the house. But at the same time, I think that if I went on disability, my folks would disown me. Which, I'm not sure if it's fair or not that they would want to disown me on that one. Because on one hand, I'm like, well yeah, of course they'd want to disown you. Like, being on disability if you're not dying seems kind of cringe, but it's like, also, but I would benefit, and I pay my taxes. Like, I think that it isn't the worst idea in the world. Not if you disown them first. I've already disowned part of them. Why not? And Town of the Year. Are we Town of the Year? I like how they do town and then they give them, like, fucking rural bullshit. I appreciate that there's some accuracy. I appreciate even the smallest amount of accuracy, because it brings me joy. Here we go. Spongy Southeast. Fuck. H and I hit space to go up. Okay. This would make sense. Bloop. Ah. Bruh. Let me leave. Back. Yay! Also, disability might not fully cover your expenses. Yeah. I was hoping to just get it as like an aside while I also work. the furniture doesn't show, so just like I'm floating. Ugh. Town of the year. Are we going to get town of the year? But I made money. Teapot Tea Room, a Great River National Park, Power Falls. Yeah. Oh, I gotta be just time sitting. You ever float, bro? You ever float while you're cleaning a billboard, bro? I'm just gonna go to the garbage on my desk. Bonk. Okay. Isn't it astonishing how the universe works? We just finished our annual karmic mud flinging workshop, and we're looking at our wonderful tea room covered top to bottom when my assistant asked who would ever be clean again. I laughed and said, of course it will, and at the exact moment, a flyer for a power washing company blew into the courtyard and stuck us up to the wall. Was the mud made that one unreadable? It reminded me that we already had our number from Harper, who'd had a great time in our workshop. So, they are just throwing fucking mud everywhere. Like, canonically, they are just throwing fucking mud everywhere. And we have gnomes. Actually, washer equipment. Oh, you can sell it. Ah. Okay, let me have that. Nothing else here is really worth selling. And they have gnomes, said like an STD. And they have gnomes. How unfortunate that they have gnomes. We have treatments for that today. But back in the day, this would have made you go insane. Oh shit, there's more than one. 1, 2, 3. Shit, there's a lot of gnomes. I got a lot of those. You might want to just get that checked out, bro. Get that shit looked at. Something wrong with that? You ever tried karmic mud throwing? I can't say as I have. Cannot say that I have ever tried karmic mud eating. Sounds like a fucking cult. I'm going to clean this teacup chair, so help me God. Get him. Get him. Get him. I'm gonna clean the chairs, then I'm gonna make a spot for them to sit. But the chairs have to be clean first. I don't want to make them sit in a gross, sturdy chair. There we go. Wash, wash, wash. I love my washing. Oh yes, the timer did actually work. Now let's click on this chair, and then we will have a spot for our gnomes. And then they will be fucking had. They will be so fucking had, you don't understand, bro. How had these gnomes are gonna be. Going to... Should I clean the table too? Like, I'd feel kind of bad if I left all this space open. Gross. Make a nice clean spot for our friendly little gnomes. Wash. I don't know what it is about Power Wash Simulator, but there really has to be crack in it. Because there is just something fucking addictive about this game. It does also make me sleepy, because I'm very relaxed whenever I play this game. But like, how did they crack the fucking code on relaxing game? How did they do that? How did they manage to crack the code on a game that is so relaxing that I'm actually kind of sleepy? Wash. I power washed my IRL yesterday and it's much the same. Yeah, the only downside for Power Wash IRL is that it's a wee bit... Shoop. A wee bit hefty on the body, you know? And then... this guy. I need to be straight up and down so we can stand. The gnome's fucking drunk. There! Ta-da! And then we have a spot for our friends. Here we go. There's a reason I don't tend to line it up like that, and it's because I will consistently fuck it up. Wash. And if you should power wash your feet is too high, seeing how it will not be a bad time. I mean, I feel like power washing your own feet is actually a great way to just rip your fucking skin off, bro. I feel like power washing your feet is actually a terrible fucking idea, personally. But at the same time, like, I do get the urge to power wash your body sometimes. I wish I could just take a power washer to the inside of my fucking face some days. I feel like that would fix so much. It is bad. Bloody bad time. Yeah, pull off your fucking skin. It'll hurt a wee bit. Because this, like, the pressure washer can cut into stuff. It stings. It didn't actually damage me. That's good. It usually doesn't, like, cut too much, but I feel like it totally could if you had it at a high enough power. If you had enough pressure in your pressure washer, I feel like it could totally just pull your fucking skin off. Because skin isn't that difficult to remove. Simply going to remove your skin and call it a day. There's no laws against Pokemon, Batman. It's not gonna my fucking head! Last time I used a power washer was like many, many years ago when my mom wanted to clean...
Hey, Pooh. How are you?
Ah!
They
took my fucking eyes. They took my fucking eyes. Be careful though, because I'm already sleepy, so this might make me just genuinely fall asleep. I sensed that wise Sonata, but I did not beat the temptation. Power wash in between your toes. The desire to power wash in between your toes is strong. My desire to take my brain out and blast it with a fucking power washer is also very strong. My dog frame is strong. Wash, 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 wash. Wash. There we go. I could actually do Sunday nights for my Warframe. My community nights, because we're not ever open on Sundays, so I can consistently be like, oh yeah, I can consistently have this day open. So Sunday nights could probably be good. But at the same time, I also don't know how active people are on a Sunday. People might be kind of active, but they may also not be. I do not know off the top of my head. It's really fun to do and you can't fucking see. You kind of have to guess. Yay. Except this chair is so gross. I am so very sleepy. I appreciate the dirt's at least easier to see. The dirt's like hard to see, especially when I'm trying to do something with my glasses on. No, thank you.
Watch your profanity.
Rip! I'm blind. I can't cuss. This is terrible. Everybody hates me. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. I guess I'll go eat worms. Welcome to the mud throwing factory. I guess we're doing mud throwing now. I guess we're doing mud throwing. Is it not almost done? Aha! God, I'm hungry. I could always make those fried rice bowls, actually. You sound pretty dead today. I kind of feel it. I'm still adjusting to working full-time, and it's killing my soul just a little bit, and I'm also just very tired. Though I also just feel sleepy because this game makes me EP sleepy. And also because I'm EP sleepy in general. I'm so excited to be working like 8:30. It is uber gross. I have my glasses back, can't see what I'm doing. Please. Can't see anything. Eyes closing because sleepy. Ugh. And I have a hot pack on my stomach because it's helping me with my nausea, so I'm like cozy, warm, and sleepy. I thought it was a dog. Jesus. Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. When can I be free and have my eyeballs back? Woo. That was me falling asleep. Guess 10 didn't stream early today and collapsed for an hour? It might be. I was thinking about... Well, I was planning to do another task, like just this one. Finish this teapot house. But, I do not know. Because I am very sleepy.
I was legally blind, I could see, barely.
Oh, thank God. I also think I just need to eat. I think being able to eat would make a significant difference. Because I didn't really eat that much this morning because I wasn't feeling too great. But hungry. Now hungry.
Put the bunny
Bruh,
back in the box.
I've been put in a box. I've been put in a jar. I've been put in the jar of death and destruction. Here we go. I didn't really miss too much, so I will take it. Whoa. I'm out. What happened to the jar? How did that happen?
Hello, princess.
Ah! The toes. The toes of death. The toes of death and destruction and badness. There we go. Crisp. Okay. I am actually genuinely kind of exhausted, and I think I need to go eat. Which is funny because I slept fine. But, man. Whoa, what the hell? I almost cussed. I didn't do it. I'm safe. I'm fine. All is well in the world. Okay. I think I'm gonna try and stick more with this time if I can, because everybody's here. We literally have 10 people here, so I think I'm gonna try and keep this time going a little bit more often, because y'all seem to like this. That or y'all really like Power Wash Simulator, one or the other. But I'll see what I can do for earlier times, since y'all seem to enjoy that. So... Job Hopper Syndrome, tragic. Yeah, and I work 4 to 9 tonight. Which is a really weird shift, but alas. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go and find somebody to go and harass as per usual. In any case, I will see y'all when I see you, tomorrow morning, actually. We're doing tomorrow morning, and we are hopping back on to Yakuza 4. Hopefully I will not be as eepy sleepy, but we will have to see. Okay, so let's see who's on. Let's see who can go harass, be on harass behavior. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Bye bye bye.